Hello and welcome back to a new Create a Sim here on my channel. This one I am super excited for. This is some of the characters from Toy Story. I am really excited about this. I posted on Facebook and somebody on Facebook did request for me to do Toy Story. So I thought this one would be a lot of fun to do. So I did decide to go ahead and do it. Now, unfortunately, I don't really like getting the CC for the characters' clothes from the movie. So, you'll notice that I didn't use the exact clothes because, Disney CC can be really hard to come by. And honestly, I don't like some of the quality of it. Like, I've downloaded some Disney CC and I didn't really like the quality of it. So if I don't like the quality of it, I'm not going to use it. So, like with my other Disney characters, I try to get it as close to the character from the movie as I can. I did use some CC for it, like the cowboy hat for Woody and Jessie are CC. And they are definitely in my tumbler below, or I'm going to put the link down below. But that cowboy hat definitely is CC. And I tried to find a shirt for Woody as close as I could to the Woody in the movie. But I really like the way that he came out. I really like the way that everybody else came out too. So I did decide to do Woody. I did Bo Peep. I did Buzz and Jessie. And then I decided that I was going to do one of Bo Peep's sheep. And I did Bullseye. I was going to attempt to do Slinky Dog, but the Slinky in the middle was really difficult. Like, I couldn't get it thin enough to wrap around his middle to make him look like Slinky Dog. So, I'm going to definitely try it again sometime later. I'm going to probably try to practice it just so I can get it to look right, because unfortunately the Slinky Dog that I tried, it just was not looking right. So, I wasn't even going to post him. He doesn't look great, so I couldn't do it. But I really like the way that everybody else came out. I thought about making some humanized Sims of maybe some of the other characters, like maybe Ham and Rex, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. I might do them later, like in the future. So if that interests you, definitely let me know in the comments below. I would really like some ideas and some suggestions of any Disney characters that you want to see in the future, because eventually I am going to start running out of ideas. I still do have a lot of Disney characters that I haven't done yet that I really do want to do. So right now I am pretty good on ideas, but eventually I am going to run out of ideas. So definitely let me know any Disney characters that you want to see, and I will definitely give them a try. But I really like the way that Woody came out. I think he looks really good. And I really tried to make his nose as pointy and as close to the movie as possible. And I also, right now I'm working on Bo Peep. I really think that she came out really well too. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find like a shepherdess dress, but I did use this really pretty polka dotted dress that's kind of like, I think it's like 50s or 60s style. It's a really cute dress. It's a lot like the shirt that we got from the bowling pack, the bowling game pack. It's like a dress version of that shirt, and it's really pretty, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So I think it looks really nice on her, and I think it fits her really well. And I really tried to stay with like the light blue, kind of pastel blue, pastel pink colors for Bo Peep, just because that's really the colors of her shepherdess dress. And so I think that she turned out really nice. She definitely, I think, looks Bo Peep, and I think she kind of screams out Bo Peep a little bit. I really love the way that all of the characters turned out. They all turned out really, really well. And as you see, I'm trying different dresses, and this is the dress that I stuck with. I think it looks perfect on her. And I definitely wanted to keep her blonde, of course, and as close to the Bo Peep as I possibly could. I might have put a little bit much makeup on her, but I still think that she looks absolutely beautiful. And in my game, I did give them all jobs. Woody is a detective, of course. He's got the policeman career. I downloaded and I think it's called Animal Shelter Career Mod. It's where you bring in strays into your home and then you adopt them out to Sims in the game. And I haven't really explored too much of it, but I thought for her being a shepherdess that would work really well for her because she obviously loves animals. So I thought that would be a great career for her. Buzz is obviously an astronaut. And then I made Jessie a secret agent just because of the way she jumps around and the way she moves around in the movie. She just seems like she would fit a secret agent so well. So that is definitely her career. And secret agent obviously isn't one that I have played around with a little bit. I haven't really played around with it, so I'm excited to play around with it a little bit with Jessie, and I'm super excited to play with the animal shelter one with Bo Peep. I'm gonna post because I did try to recreate Andy's house. I definitely recreated the outside of it, but the inside there weren't too many pictures, so I really had to just make it my own. I think it did turn out really well, but as you'll see in the video with Andy's house, I did turn the garage into like a little animal area for Bo Peep strays, and it just turned out really well. I actually really like the way that Andy's house turned out as well. So I'm going to definitely, in a couple days, post that video so that y'all can see it because I'm super proud of it. But with Bo Peep, I did try to, like I said, keep the blues and the pinks for her because a lot of the Disney characters, I try to stay with the color scheme. So I think that it looks really nice. Just the light blues and light pinks look so pretty together, and definitely Bo Peep. It was so funny. I was watching the movie the other day because while I was actually watching the movie while I was doing this, and I like watching the movies while I'm doing the creative sim or while I'm doing the speed builds, just because it gives me sometimes a better reference than looking at it online, just because I can keep looking at the way the characters move. And, you know, the character's always on the screen, so it's really helpful when doing the creative sims and doing the speed builds. Because I know when I was doing Rapunzel's tower, I was watching Tangled, and with a lot of the movies, I was watching the movie. With a lot of my creative sims and my speed builds, I was watching the movies. And it was so funny. I was watching it over at a friend's house. And I was watching it with my son. And I was saying all the lines and everything. And I could probably say Toy Story, the first one, word for word. Just because of how many times I've seen it. And I probably could say the second one about word for word. The third one I haven't seen as many times yet. Just because it's, you know, newer. It's only been out for I think it's been out for a few years. I don't know how many years exactly it's been out. But I haven't been able to say that one word for word yet. But I'm sure if my son enjoys the movie, then I'll probably be saying it, because I need to get him to sit down and watch it. But it's really hard to get a 3-year-old to sit down and watch a movie. Although today, while he was eating lunch, he was watching Lady and the Tramp 2, and he was really into that movie until, he was done eating. Then he got up and he had things to do, because 3-year-olds are so busy. But watching Lady and the Tramp 2 really made me want to do Lady, Tramp, Scamp, and Angel. So I might be doing that one soon, so definitely keep your eyes open for that, because I am really excited for all of these Disney characters. Like, I love the way that they're all turning out. And Buzz, honestly, had to be a little bit more difficult than the rest of them. With Woody, his face was really long and his nose was long, but Buzz is like more square and more rectangle-y and stuff, so I was really trying to get it to look like Buzz. And I don't know if he has hair under his helmet. Like, I was looking it up, and anything I saw didn't say if he had hair, so I just left him bald with a purple beanie on his head, because I thought that would work really well with his character, because the cap on his head is purple. So I thought that looked really, really nice, and I actually really liked the way that it turned out. And I was trying so hard to find something that would match Buzz, and this shirt, I think, was the closest thing that I could find. And then, of course, white pants, because he does have his suit. His pants are white. I wish that I could find something that was a little closer to the suit that he wears in the movie. But this is probably as close as I'm going to get. But like I said, I really do love the way that he came out. He came out a lot better than I honestly thought he was going to. And thankfully, once you get their everyday wear done, it's a lot easier to do the rest of the clothes, because you don't see the rest of the clothes very often. So I will be honest, sometimes I don't spend too much time doing the rest of the clothes, especially the formal clothes and the party clothes, and a lot of the time the swim clothes. Well, swim clothes really aren't much. It's just like a bathing suit or bathing trunks. And then the formal, I usually do the same thing, like a suit and a tie for the guys, and then a really pretty dress for the girls. So I tend not to spend as much time on the other outfits as I do for the everyday outfit, because the everyday outfit is the one that you see the most, besides honestly the sleeping outfit. You do see the sleeping outfit like a lot. You see it every night. But I honestly do not spend as much time on the others, and I'm sure that there are other people who are like that, who spend most of the time on the everyday outfit, because that's the one that you see the most. Alright, so right now I am just working on his party wear. I don't throw parties very often, so I'm not too fussed about the party wear most of the time. I still try to make it look nice and definitely keep it in the character, but I don't throw too many parties. The party that Tiana threw was really just because she needed that for her aspiration. It's not to say that I don't enjoy the parties. I do. I really enjoy the parties in Sims 4. Especially, I enjoy them a lot better than Sims 3, because in Sims 3, you didn't have any goals. You really just had to wing the party, and if you had a good party, fantastic. But if you had a bad party, sometimes you don't know why, so that got a little frustrating. So I love in Sims 4 how we have like objectives to make sure that we have a good party. I really like that about Sims 4. Alright, and with Jessie, I really did have a lot of fun making her. I did decide to use Woody's last name because while I was researching the characters, because I try to research the characters before I make them, just so I can make them more like the character in the movie. It did tell me that Woody's last name is Pride. So I decided that since Jessie didn't have a last name, I was going to make Jessie and Woody brother and sister. I think it kind of fits the storyline a little bit, pretty good. So I did decide to give Jessie Woody's last name. So it's Jessie Pride and Woody Pride. And then, of course, Bo Peep. And then Buzz Lightyear. So that's... Thankfully, this one was really easy for the last names. Unfortunately, a lot of Disney characters don't have last names, so I have to figure something out. And unfortunately, some of the last names are pretty basic. Like Cinderella's last name is Glass. But I could have done worse because sometimes I use the last names from their Once Upon a Time characters. And like Beauty and Beast's last name in Once Upon a... or Belle's last name in Once Upon a Time was French. I didn't like that. So I'm definitely going to use Rose for Beauty and the Beast. I know that that is pretty basic too, but I think it's better than French. But I really did enjoy making Jessie. I tried not to make her too girly, definitely because she's not really a girly girl. So I didn't really want her to be girly, and I did use the braids that came from Simple Simmer with Pocahontas because I think that they fit Jessie really well. I think it looks absolutely adorable, especially with that cowboy hat. I love it. I love the way that it looks. It's so cute. And I tried not to put too much makeup on Jessie just because that's really not who Jessie is. And with Jessie and Woody, I definitely tried to make sure that they had that pink on their cheeks just because the dolls, you know, they paint the pink on their cheeks. So I really wanted to capture that in The Sims. So I think they are really as close to their movie counterparts as I possibly could. And like I've said probably 5 times in this video, I am really proud of the way that they all turned out. I think they all look really close to their movie counterparts. And I think that they all look so nice. So I am really excited. And you're definitely going to see my Toy Story crew and my Disney Let's Play, because I definitely do want to try out the animal shelter career, and I definitely want to show you anybody who's interested in the animal shelter career. And you can find that on Mod The Sims. So that is definitely one of my go-to websites when I'm looking for CC, especially like careers and stuff like that. So that is definitely one of my go-tos. So if you're interested in the animal shelter career, definitely go visit Mod The Sims, because that is where I downloaded it. Alright, so we're just finishing up with Jessie right here, just doing her sleepwear. Alright, and then once we're done with Jessie, we will definitely hop into the animals, which the animals are so cool looking. I think they look really nice, and they were definitely fun, so I think you will definitely enjoy that. But right now we just need to finish up with Jessie. I really wanted to, for her party wear, keep the cowboy hat, just because it's definitely part of Jessie. And I think in Woody's party wear, I did keep his cowboy hat too. And I didn't want her to show too much skin, just because that's really not who Jessie is. So I definitely wanted to try to keep as close to the character as possible, just because, you know, she's just not that kind of person. All right, and I'm just choosing her traits. Sometimes some of these traits were a little bit more difficult to figure out. But here is all of the Sims from Woody down to Jessie, and they all look fantastic. I absolutely love the way that they all turned out. They look so good. Okay, so here we are making the animals. All right, and this is one of Bo Peep's sheep. This is Lamb. I really couldn't figure out a better name for her, to be quite honest. But I think she looks really cool. I did download that really pretty collar bow, and you can find it definitely in my Tumblr below. And I did also download some of these custom CCs that will turn your animals into like pigs and horses and cows. So I wanted to try it with making her look like a sheep, as close to a sheep as I could. And I thought that a poodle was gonna be the closest animal that I could find with it. She still does look just like a poodle, but I did try to make her look as close to a sheep as I could. Like her face is a little more narrow, and she's got the cloven hooves, but I think that she turned out pretty well. And Bullseye, he was a little bit more difficult, just because, you know, with the sheep, she's white, so she was a little easier, but there was a little bit more to Bullseye than just being a little white sheep. I did have to work a little harder on him, and I don't know. I really love this CC, and I think it looks really nice, but it just made their faces just, I don't know, look a little odd. But maybe I just did something wrong. But I do really love the way that they came out. I absolutely love the way that Bullseye came out, and it was really weird painting on Bullseye, because unfortunately the CC doesn't show up when you're painting. So I had to keep going back and forth and hope that it looked right. And I was trying so hard to get the right color for Bullseye. So I think that I got his color pretty good. Like, I think he looks really, really nice. So I definitely tried my best to get as close to Bullseye's right color as I possibly could. But there was a lot more painting to Bullseye. Thankfully, not too much, because really I think all it was like the ears, his nose, I think his belly, and his tail. But thankfully there wasn't too much painting. Not with some of the other pets that I have in mind, because I do want to do some of the palace pets, the princess's palace pets. So that's going to be like a lot of painting, unfortunately. And I'm going to see how that works out. But thankfully, Bullseye wasn't too hard, and a lot of the time the paint, unfortunately, did get on his legs instead of just his tail. Like, that was super difficult, because I wanted to make sure that his tail looked correct, so it kept going onto his legs, unfortunately. Like, that was super annoying. But like I said, I love the way that Bullseye turned out. I think he looks as close to a horse as I'm gonna get. I wish that I had kind of painted on the saddle, but I didn't think about it. I was trying to put something on him that might be close to his saddle, but oh well. I might paint on his saddle later, but I still think that he looks absolutely awesome. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you enjoyed my creatism. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my Disney videos. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.